To a montage right now of some of our favorite celebrity moments, but I'm not going to do that. Over a decade ago, I met someone who changed my life and our show. And I'm talking about you, Twitch. Come here.
We're witnessing another tragedy days after Twitch's passing. His mother has finally spoken about her son's death, and it's something we didn't expect. Brace yourself for this news because it's one truly heartbreaking message. Like millions of people around the world, we are still processing the heartbreaking news that Stephen Twitch Boss died earlier this week. The news has taken everyone by storm, with some people still not believing that this could be true. A young, successful man with 3 beautiful kids and a growing family. Who could have thought this would happen? Stephen was a dancer, producer, and DJ who you mostly saw on the Ellen DeGeneres shows. He would be there dancing and DJing with Ellen, and it's something we'd always remember him by. Actually, Stephen Boss first rose to fame in 2008 on the competition show So You Think You Can Dance, on which he finished in 2nd place. He repeatedly appeared on the show in future seasons and eventually met Allison on the program, who became his wife. Twitch joined the Ellen DeGeneres show as its DJ, and by 2020, he was promoted to co-executive producer of the program. If he looks more familiar now to you, he also appeared in dance-focused movies like Step Up, All In and Magic Mike XXL. Last Tuesday, Twitch unexpectedly passed away. The all-around talent, as they would call him, died at the age of 40, and TMZ was first to break the news. His death left his fans and the whole entertainment industry shaken. TMZ also reported that a note was found at the scene of Twitch's death, in which he wrote about his past struggles and challenges. We've heard a few messages from his colleagues and the other people close to him. We know that his wife had to address this publicly since she had to do so, especially since the two of them are known names in the entertainment industry. After being together for 9 years, Allison didn't believe she had to announce this today. Just 2 days before his death, videos of the two dancing together were posted on TikTok to celebrate their wedding anniversary. She was the one who revealed that Twitch has passed. She added that he lit up every room he stepped into and that he was the best husband, father, and inspiration to his fans. We know there's more things she wants to say, but Allison and her family asked for privacy at the moment. She ended it with a heartbreaking promise that she'll always save the last dance for him. This next statement truly hits different. His mom expressed her emotions publicly, and it sent chills down our spines until today. Kenya boss Alexander has finally broken her silence and has spoken out in the wake of her son's death earlier this week. The Morning Mom wrote an emotional note about her son in an Instagram story last Thursday, saying that she can't use words right now. Her story ended that same way as Allison wrote hers, with a few painful words saying, "Stephen Laurel, your mother loves you to eternity and beyond." Obviously, his mom loves him for eternity. It's a different type of heartbreak when your son passes before you. We just can't imagine how she's feeling right now, especially knowing that Stephen showed no signs of sadness to anyone else but her. It turns out that she knew about the struggles that he went through and how difficult it was for him to solve all of those, but let's be honest, what could she have done? Sadly enough, Stephen's 40th birthday was celebrated just a few months back. Pawnees posted a birthday greeting for her son saying, "I couldn't have envisioned a better journey. Not always easy, but the outcome is everything." She adds that she thanks God for the gift of him and for the 40 years. This just makes everything harder for the world to understand what happened last week for Stephen to be gone. Here's what really happened to the celebrity the previous week. It's with a heavy heart that we talk about it, and it's never going to be easy from here, especially to his fans and his family. So a few days ago, Stephen was found in a motel room just a mile away from his family house. Apparently, one of the staff found him there unconscious on the bathroom floor. There was a self-inflicted wound in his head, and the DJ was pronounced dead on the scene. Authorities were called to the scene, and investigators determined there were no signs of foul play. Allison then announced Twitch's passing after a few hours. People from the Oak Tree and said that everything was normal and nothing was weird when Stephen checked in the day before. The only weird thing that happened was that he failed to show up during his checkout time. It turns out that he put his phone on airplane mode to block all incoming calls since he wanted to be alone. When Allison realized that he wasn't responding and he ended up missing, she called the cops, but the investigation for a missing person was put to a stop when the nearby motel called 911. We could only imagine how Allison felt during all of this. Stephen Boss is survived by his wife and their 3 children, Saya, Maddox, and Wesley. Since his sudden death, his fans have been wondering what his last words were to his loved ones. Aside from his mom and his wife, there were no other people who noticed that something different was going on with the DJ. Twitch's grandfather, Eddie Boss, told the Daily Mail on December 15, 2022, about the final conversation he had with his grandson before he died 2 days later. He recalls that the two of them spoke recently on more than one occasion. Stephen was the same happy-go-lucky person that he's always been, and there were no indications that anything was out of the ordinary. Eddie Boss also said, just like Allison, that Steven brought light into everybody's lives. He added that, "We're completely devastated right now. All I can say is he was a beautiful person that contributed so much to this world and to everyone he met in a positive way. We miss him dearly and we're hurting tremendously. This just left us all with more questions than answers." For sure, this is stirring up a lot of thoughts on the internet. Some good, some worse than we can think of. This isn't an easy topic to take in the first place. His fans are saying, on the outside Twitch had everything but on the inside he was fighting a war. Another fan tweeted, "I can't believe it. I never met him in person and I'm crying. What a tragedy. What happened? My heart breaks for his family. Allison, those beautiful babies." This is one of those days when things just don't make sense. Today, everyone's looking back at his old performances, rewatching every bit of it to see how happy he was during those days. Ellen DeGeneres claims to be heartbroken by what has happened. She issued a statement regarding the death of her former talk show's longtime DJ and co-executive producer. She went on Instagram to ask everyone to send some love to Steven's wife and kids. If you can remember, Steven was one of the few people who supported Ellen from day one. Amid tribulations during the show's run, stemming from allegations against DeGeneres from some employees about a toxic work environment, he publicly stood by his friend. Then again, Twitch was so much more than just Ellen's DJ. Even Justin Timberlake remembered Twitch when he tweeted, "It's heartbreaking to hear that someone who brought so much joy to a room was hurting so much behind closed doors. I've known Twitch for over 20 years through the dance community. He always lit everything up. You just never know what someone is really going through." Then there's Michelle Obama saying, "I was heartbroken to learn about the passing of Steven Twitch Boss, who I got to know over the years through my Let's Move initiative and visits to the Ellen Show. My heart goes out to his wife, Allison, and his 3 children during this difficult time. How can someone so happy just decide to leave then and there? It's sad to see how the happiest person we know of suffers within one can never tell behind the sweet smile. Mental illness is truly a silent killer. No matter how much of a great person you are or how famous you get, this is a struggle a lot of people go through day by day and they seem to not find a solution for it." That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching.